Hello, Nasdaq followers. It is Giving Tuesday, and joining us today is Jonathan Brooks, Director of Annual Giving at Western Carolina University, as well as Tiffany Crumpton, Director of Marketing over at Blackbaud, the leading organization and software company for powering social good. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Now, today we're talking about rethinking change, and in fundraising operations, a process through which Blackbaud helps a ton, how we can rethink change, especially this year and in the time of giving. So we're going to kick it off with you, Jonathan. Could you start by telling us a little bit about the challenges that you faced in your annual giving processes?
Sure. Well, prior to working with Blackbaud, our student engagement officers were utilizing very disparate systems and tools to communicate effectively with donors and alumni. This process was really burdensome due to the lack of integration and rather cumbersome user interfaces that they had to deal with. The engagement officers were also required to conduct their work on a stationary machine, only accessible for a very limited amount of time each day. So the overall user experience for both the engagement officers and our constituents was certainly not optimal.
So that certainly sounds like a lot of things that can be streamlined, but luckily this is something that Blackbaud can certainly help with. Tiffany, could you help us elaborate on that?
Sure, that's right. At Blackbaud, we were privileged to partner with Western Carolina to rethink change, as you said. We provide a solution called Blackbaud Guided Fundraising that perfectly aligned with Western Carolina's goals to target the right people at the right time. This solution works for gift planning, alumni outreach, even event invitations. Plus, it allows for connecting with parents of current students. We wanted Western Carolina to have the right tools, and that meant a user-friendly and agile solution that personalizes appeals and drives truly authentic and memorable connections with alumni, supporters, and parents.
And certainly sounds like an incredible solution. So in application, Jonathan, talk to us about how that affected results.
Yeah. Partnering with Blackbaud and Guided Fundraising helped us grow our revenue by 100% year over year during the first 2 years of our implementation. Our donor capture rates grew by 20% and our email open rates increased by 50%. Our engagement officers were also able to leverage a fantastic one-to-one texting solution that was really a game changer in connecting with our constituents. Our engagement officers are also more empowered to communicate strategically with our constituents and create incredible experiences for them. What was especially great during COVID-19 was we had the ability to check in on high-risk supporters while at the same time suppressing calls to healthcare workers in our database who were already overburdened. Nevertheless, data management inside Guided Fundraising is very simple and very effective.
Sounds very strategic too. That's a great story about how shifting operations really improved the experience. Now, Tiffany, I do want to focus more on this global idea of rethinking change, right? I mean, I'm sure this is Jonathan's problem is an issue that many companies, organizations, universities have faced. What advice would you have to people in these positions that are either supporting organizations, supporting companies, or working on social good?
Yeah, we truly have a unique vantage point at Blackbaud, and I cannot, first of all, overstate how inspiring it's been to watch the ways that the social good community, including educational institutions like Western Carolina, have truly rallied in the face of challenges this year, from shifting overnight to virtual operations, rethinking philanthropy, we talked a little bit about today, to maintaining a connected community in new and innovative ways. Specifically from the higher ed perspective, we have seen colleges and universities quickly shift their priorities to ensure the well-being of their students who might have otherwise struggled with tuition or really just basic necessities, food, housing, electricity. So to those working in the social good space, I would encourage you to be direct with what you need, not only with your supporters, but with those you partner with to fulfill your mission. We want to show up for you in the best way possible. And to those of you supporting social good organizations, please do not stop. You make it possible to tackle the world's greatest challenges together. And that's what today is all about. So thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany, and Jonathan, for sharing your story over from Western Carolina University. It certainly, we can see the impact of Blackbaud on all of the organizations that you work with. Tiffany and Jonathan, again, thanks so much for being on this episode of Nasdaq Spotlight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Nasdaq followers, please stay tuned for more coverage coming to you right here on the Nasdaq channels for Giving Tuesday. Until next time, we are signing off.